Hi guys, welcome to the Three Hammers Golf Academy. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you our new member of the team. It's the golf PT himself, Ray Jakeman.
Hi guys, thanks for having us. I'm really excited to be here and ultimately help you guys play better golf like all the staff here do.
Great. Well, I've got to say we're absolutely delighted to welcome you on board. We've been working together for some time.
Yeah, indeed.
Now, Ray's going to be joining us pretty soon, but in true Three Hammers fashion, we've put together a few questions to get to know Ray. So first of all, Ray, you are a S&C coach, a strength and conditioning coach.
Indeed.
So can you explain to us all what is a strength and conditioning coach?
Yeah, I suppose there's multiple ways of looking at it, but ultimately my remit and what I do for a living, or what all S&C coaches do, is ultimately we try and help you move better, get stronger, and ultimately play your sport better. So we try and understand the sport as much as possible, and try and get to understand the golf swing, but then ultimately help you from a physical point of view move better so you can turn into some shapes a bit better, get a little bit stronger so you become less injury prone and dangerous, and ultimately then swing the club quicker, which we know helps you get the ball further and shoot lower scores.
Yeah, and I've got to say, tried and tested. We started working together back in spring during the first lockdown.
Yeah. It was a lifetime ago.
Yeah, it does. You did some great work with a number of my students, and the proof is definitely in the pudding. With the actual improvements and the speed gains that they've made. So, what can somebody actually expect from the session with you?
So I think we start off with it's all about understanding you as a golfer and trying to understand you as an athlete. So first off, it's a detailed assessment, and we'll actually look at what ranges and skills, movements you already have, and get a bit of a baseline picture. Then based on the information we'll get from the coaching staff and the information you give us, we can then put a plan and actually help you move better, so you walk out of the first session actually either moving better, being able to hit some of the shapes that actually, you know what, me and Rob, we're trying to work on X, Y and Z, but I just can't get into it. So you go away knowing actually what you need to do and how to do it ultimately. Yeah,
I think your skill set really does complement what myself and the team are actually seeing from our players as well.
Yeah, massively. If you think about it, we spend a lot of time trying to look at club fitting, ball fitting, right equipment, but actually the one bit of kit we use on every shot is our body. So improving that and helping you move better is only going to help your golf game.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know the answer to this because you've worked with a whole range of my players, levels of age and ability, but what levels of golfers generally do you work with?
A lot of people will see this as a better players thing, but actually it's across the whole range, from kind of young juniors, kind of in their kind of development phases, so as they're kind of 8, 9, 10 moving up, learning them, helping them move better, learn about how to control them as they go through growth spurts, helping them relearn those patterns as well, right through to kind of senior golfers that actually, do you know what, they're playing most 2-3 times a week, but actually we can have a big win from there, right up to our tour players as well. So it's pretty much, there is something we can support and help like coaching can do with pretty much every golfer. It just depends what we deliver with them.
Mm-hmm. I know that quite often on a day-to-day basis, our players, we as coaches here at the Three Hammers, we're reluctant to actually get a player to do something which they physically can't. So working with the likes of you, specialising in those areas, can only help.
Yeah, massively. An analogy I use a lot is you wouldn't drive a car with either a flat tyre or your handbrake slightly on. So why do we do it in our golf swing? You can't get into a shape that you guys are trying to get to. Well, we're just limiting what the possibilities and the handicap and the scores that you can achieve.
Everybody is unique. The importance of strength and conditioning, and also a big part, and you and I have had several conversations about this, is the golfer's diet and nutrition. So I know that you offer some great advice on how to fuel the bodies.
Yeah, massively. So just going back to the first bit and looking at actually how, from a golf point of view, it helps you play. But diet-wise is massive. So actually, if we think about 18 holes, it's up to 4 hours, potentially slightly longer, depending on how long the course is. But if you think about that, if you weren't to fuel or try and do something for that long, the batteries are just going to go low. You wouldn't do it with your phone.
Yeah.
You wouldn't let your battery phone get to below 5%, you'd find and charge up. So why are we doing it with our body? Yeah. Can we get snacks? Can we get hydration at the right times? And that can make a massive difference. If you're walking down 15, 16, 17, 18 and starting to feel a bit flat, a bit tired, a bit fatigued, you're going to make poor decisions, you're not going to put a good swing on it, and ultimately you can wreck a good score if we can eat well, a few little tips, and make a significant difference.
Sure, I think so many people relate to your diet as physical, but the big side of that is mental. Now, so this time of year we're reflecting on a lot of our players, and we're asking them to complete game ratings. We're looking at all aspects of the game. I've got to say, the one question which a lot of our players do fall down, who struggle to answer, is what they're actually fueling their bodies with 24 hours prior to the event, 48 hours prior to the event, especially those who are playing those 36-hole more elitist competitions. So we're not just thinking about the nibbles on the golf course, but it's the whole round development package and what we need to be doing to perform at our best.
Yeah, massively. You could burn, numbers are looking at 800 calories to 1,000 calories per round. We go outside, it's cold, we're now carrying because we can't use the trolleys, that can potentially go up a little bit. You play a longer course. So you think about that, if an average male needs around about 2,800 calories a day, well, straight away, you're going to need 3,500 to nearly 4,000 calories by playing around a golf, and you hit nail on the head there. Can we preload? Can we eat well the day before the 24 hours leading into it to make sure our batteries are topped up again and you're ready to go, rather than it being a case of, well, actually, we're starting in a bad position?
Sure. No, great advice there. So some light-hearted questions now. A couple of short-fire questions for you. Bryson or Rory?
That's a tough one, isn't it? I'm going to say Bryson, purely because I think Rory did it and took it to a level and started to make it, talk about it. But Bryson has just shown, we talked about it on a webinar the other week, or I did anyway, about the advantage of hitting the ball further and on the PGA Tour, and actually per event you can actually save about 3 shots by hitting it so much further. Interesting character. Some things I don't agree with, some of the statements he's made, but as a general thing, I think he's making big waves in the golf game. So I'd have to say at the moment, Bryson, if you'd asked me 12 months ago, I'm a massive Rory fan. He's similar height to me and build and those kind of things. And you just see how far he can hit the ball already, just from his stature. Just takes it's a special thing.
I think it's something which a lot of people don't realise, just how, I'm not saying you're a shorty, but
Rory,
he generates an amazing amount of speed, doesn't he, from such a slight frame?
Yeah, totally. He's 5'8" and kind of not massive. He's not huge, but video of 191 ball speed the other week, which is scary.
Yeah. Here we go then. Ladies, Lexi or Georgia?
Lexi, I'm probably going to say Lexi. I should probably go Georgia because obviously at home, and I think she's amazing as well. But I think from a physical point of view, I just see Lexi put so much more out there from a content point of view. I know, again, divisive character on a few things that have happened over the last 12 months. But I think there's a video and a photo, we mentioned it before this, about the shot that she hit at the US Open at the weekend. Just her sheer athleticism and the height that she creates and the force she creates is phenomenal. As an athlete, she's immense.
Good one, nice one. Here we go, this one, you'll love this one. Langer or player?
Fair. Do you know what? It's a bit of a mix. I'm going to have to say Gary player because I think just his mannerisms, his character, they're both from a fitness point of view, both Langer and Gary player obviously do loads of work. Langer's still playing at the level that he's at, and
I know we spoke about the Bryson and Langer, didn't we, during the Masters?
Yeah, exactly. And actually, I think if anything, both of those players there show that getting fit early on in life, or even coming to fitness later in life, has a massive improvement on both kind of your golf game, but also, do you know what, general health. I've got a young son, and my parents who are fortunate to be relatively fit and active, and it makes it so much easier for them to interact with their grandchildren and stuff. So just daily life and stuff, and the risk of health issues, it just improves it from there. Not only golf game.
No, I couldn't agree more. Dream four. Who would be your dream four? Not necessarily just golfers.
Yeah. No. So I was asked this not a little while ago. So Tiger, because I think Tiger, what he did to the game, it just to get into, just to hear the mindset in real life and see him in some shots. Definitely got to find somewhere where he can hit a stinger, because that's got to be.
That's pretty impressive.
Neil Armstrong.
Okay.
First man on the moon. Yeah, different. I'm a bit of a geek, because when you'll get to know me, guys and girls, I'm a bit of a geek. I'm going to be polite and say a bit. So space and those kind of bits and pieces. So Neil Armstrong, I think, would be immense to see. First person on the moon anyway. And then, do you know what? It's a real curveball, but Michelle Obama. I watched a documentary on Netflix not that long ago, and it was just, I don't even know if she plays golf. But again, just to watch the documentary on Netflix and you see her talk about a few bits and pieces, it'd be great to see that side of kind of the Obama presidency from a slightly different angle. And yeah, some of the stuff that she's gone through in her life would be phenomenal to understand. So I don't know how much golf we play, but there'd be definitely a lot to talk. Apart from seeing Tiger hit Stinger, I think we'd all be in awe.
And not Trump.
No, definitely. I can't. I've seen a few of his golf swings, and there's an interesting. There's a lot of work to be done, but obviously. Yeah.
Cool. Up until now, your role, you've worked with a whole array of athletes. Now I know that you specialise with a number of golfers.
Yep.
You've been based at Birmingham University, and still are based at Birmingham University. Tell us a little bit about your role at Birmingham Uni and the athletes you work with.
Yeah, so I've been at Birmingham now for, I think it's coming on 9 or 10 years, scarily. Kind of lost track of how many, but yeah, so my role exactly the same as what we do here. So I'm a strength and conditioning coach. I work with a broad range of sports, so I'd be classed as a multi-sport S&C coach. I predominantly work at the moment with athletics endurance, and again, you might look at that and go, well, why do we need S&C from that point of view? And obviously golfers and a few other sports as well from there. And ultimately, it's similar to what we're trying to bring across to golf, and it's actually all those skill sets that we use with athletes. So again, diet, nutrition, correct warm-up, correct cool-down, looking at flight times if we're having to travel abroad, and sleeping patterns, and actually looking at that whole picture of you as an athlete and as a golfer to help you play better. It's exactly the skills that we're bringing across from Birmingham, and actually as an S&C coach, we're trying to bring into that sport, into this sport as such.
Cool. Right, favourite film?
Odd one, Die Hard 2.
Die Hard 2, great.
Yeah, Die Hard 2. Debatable one, I'm going to put it out there. I still believe it's a Christmas song. Christmas movie, sorry, because it finishes with a phenomenal Christmas song. But yeah, Die Hard 2. Don't know why I remember watching it, and just going, just something you can put on and just watch.
Christmas, no Christmas.
Like I say,
divide your thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay, so we spoke a little about diet, nutrition. Maybe takeaway. Come on, we're going to spoil ourselves every now and then.
Yeah, do you know what?
Too often.
Yeah. Trying to be good and not too often. With Christmas special around. Do you know what? For me, it's probably Chinese. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it's got to be Chinese, and sometimes it can be something kind of spicy to something sweet, or even a bit rogue, and go the duck pancakes and see those kind of things as well. Yeah,
that's out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't go wrong with that kind.
Now we're all football fans here. You know, we're just outside the city limits of Wolverhampton, so come on, you Wolves. I'm a mighty Red, actually, Liverpool fan.
Yeah, indeed.
So, who's your favourite football team?
Who
did you follow?
Yeah, so I'm from just south of Birmingham originally. I'm a Villa fan for my sins at times, although we're starting to get back there. Held on to the skin of our teeth last season. So a Villa fan through and through, even through bad times.
Good man. We'll give you that. We follow Villa.
Yeah, we're a local team.
Yeah, come on the Wolves. Yeah, but we like our local teams. Messi or Ronaldo?
Both phenomenal. Both immense. Do you know what? It's going to be Ronaldo again for his sheer athleticism. You just look at the stuff, and again, what he's done for football. And football is typically a sport where you don't see S&C in its truer light, and Ronaldo literally is just like not that at the park, isn't he? He's an absolute beast.
Yeah, it's the old one. First on the training ground, last to leave. What he does off that football pitch, unbelievable.
Yeah, just look at his physicality and his sheer athleticism and in everything. Don't get me wrong, he's obviously genetically gifted, but he's still worked at it a lot harder than quite a few good names. Exactly. Yeah, phenomenal.
No limits. Ray, we've gone through a number of questions there. Now, when are you likely to be actually starting your journey with us at the Three Hammers? If you could let us all.
So we're already working with a few of the guys a bit more remotely, but we're looking at kind of early spring or kind of the turn of the new year. So kind of hopefully February, March time, where I'm going to be across and actually situated here. But actually, if not, let's open the doors and start chatting beforehand and try and get things rolling before if we can. But hopefully, kind of end of Feb, March time, I'm actually be based here. To start with, it'll be kind of a couple of times a week, hopefully, and then as we start to get busier, and we'll build from there, really.
Yeah, I know that Ray, up until now, has done some great work with a number of my guys, even my own son, who I know Ray's put together a training program for him with his football. A lot of that's been done remotely, but we're also going to make the use of the performance studio here as well for the initial meetups. Wherever possible.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal space. We've got plenty of room where we can test, and that's part of it. Is yes, a gym is going to be important and helping you get stronger, but actually let's see if we can improve your efficiency, and what is better to do that and actually in a golf environment with coaches around you to actually really understand your golf game and help you move better first and foremost, and then we layer on the strength work on top.
I know we're making the most of the technology with the Top Tracer range, the Trackman, and
and it very data driven, so we'll look at assessing the body and actually giving you numbers to go away with, which we can then link back into, like we've done with the players we've worked with. Actually, let's look at what we can do on Trackman so we can go. It's not just a case of thinking you've got quicker or you can turn a bit better, but actually we've got a video here on the big screen to show it, and that number tells us that you're hitting it further.
That's it, yeah, and straighter.
Totally as well. Yeah, it's a combination of everything.
And pain-free.
Like I say, mainly you're not coming off the course stiff, sore and aching, or waking up the next day a bit stiff and sore. It's being able to play better and more often.
Yeah, when can I book in?
Oh, mate, doors always open.
I need that. So yeah, with that in mind, to find out more, please, you'll see Ray's details posted below. Ray's also, Golf PT. I mean, big on Instagram. And
I try to be, Instagram and Facebook, and also Twitter. It's at the Golf PT. You can find me on all three things. And then if you've got any questions, guys, you can obviously drop us a message. But we'll put all the details below. As well.
Great. And Ray will be formally appearing on our website. So you've got to click on Ray's profile on there to find out more and get a session with this man. So in the meantime, Ray, thanks so much for coming along. It's great to welcome you as part of the team.
Really excited. I really can't wait to get into a facility here. The quality of coaches, the athletes that we've got knocking around as well. We can make some big waves in the golf world in this part of the world.
Yeah, let's get started. Good man. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.